All right, stop training 6 days a week. Do this instead. Just stop. Because if you're in the gym almost every day, sweating, grinding, suffering, and your body still looks average, then listen carefully. You are not disciplined, you are overtrained, and that's exactly why your physique isn't changing. This video will save you months of wasted effort, maybe years. The hard truth. Let me paint a picture. You wake up sore, you drag yourself to the gym anyway. Chest day, back day, leg day, push, pull, split, repeat. You tell yourself, pain means progress. Rest is for the weak. If I skip a day, I'm falling behind. But then you look in the mirror, same arms, same chest, same flat back, and deep down, you're frustrated because you're doing everything right, at least according to social media. Here's the truth nobody wants to tell you. Training more does not mean growing more. In fact, for most people, training 6 days a week is the fastest way to stall your progress. Today, I'll explain why. And more importantly, I'll show you exactly what to do instead if you actually want muscle. Part 1. Why 6 days a week sounds smart, but isn't. Let's start with psychology. 6 days a week feels elite. It makes you feel serious, disciplined, committed. You tell your friends, I train 6 days a week. They nod, they respect it, but your muscles, they don't care how hard you feel you're working. Muscle only responds to stimulus plus recovery. And here's where things break down. Part 2. Muscle does not grow in the gym. This is basic physiology, yet somehow still ignored. When you train, you damage muscle tissue. Tiny tears, that's not growth, that's destruction. Growth happens when you eat enough, you rest enough, your nervous system recovers, and hormones normalize. Now ask yourself honestly, if you're training hard 6 days a week, when exactly is your body recovering? Answer, it isn't. You're stacking fatigue on fatigue, and fatigue kills performance. Part 3. What overtraining actually looks like. Overtraining doesn't always mean collapsing in the gym. It looks like strength that won't increase, pumps that feel weak, muscles that look flat, constant soreness, poor sleep, low motivation, needing caffeine just to survive workouts. And the worst symptom, you blame yourself. You think, I'm not working hard enough. So you add more volume, more sets, more days. That's not dedication. That's a downward spiral. Part 4, the biggest lie in fitness. Here's the lie. If I train more than everyone else, I'll grow faster. No, you'll just burn out faster. Muscle growth is not a punishment system. It's an adaptation system. Your body adapts when it's given. Stress, time, resources take away time and resources, and adaptation stops. Part 5. Why pro bodybuilders train 6 days a week. Let's address the elephant in the room. But pro bodybuilders train 6 days, yes, and they also have 10 plus years of muscle base, have perfect technique, have elite recovery genetics, eat perfectly, sleep deeply, often use pharmaceutical assistance. You have school or work, stress, poor sleep, inconsistent nutrition. You're playing a different game. Stop copying the final boss when you're still on level 1. Part 6. Training is a skill, not a timer. Most people think training is about time. How many days? How long? How many sets? Wrong focus. Training is about quality, intensity, progression. One brutal, focused workout beats 3 lazy ones. If you can train 6 days a week without needing recovery, you're not training hard enough. Part 7. The real reason people train 6 days. Let's be honest. People train 6 days because they're afraid to rest. They feel guilty not training. They tie identity to effort. They don't trust the process. Rest feels lazy, but rest is where muscle is built. Part 8. What actually works. The solution. Here's the solution. Train fewer days, train harder, recover better. For 90% of people, the sweet spot is 3 days a week or 4 days a week, not forever, not for everyone, but for growth, This is where magic happens. Part 9, the 3-day full body approach. This is elite for beginners and intermediates. Day 1, push plus legs, squat or leg press, bench press, shoulder press, triceps. Day 2, pull plus core, deadlift or row, pull-ups or lat pull-down, biceps. Core day. 3, full body power, compound lifts, heavy but controlled, lower volume, higher intent. You hit everything. You recover. You grow. Part 10, the 4-day upper/lower split. This is where most people thrive. Day 1, upper, chest, back, shoulders, arms. Day 2, lower, quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves, rest. Day 3, upper. Day 4, lower, simple, repeatable, scalable. Part 11, intensity is the real secret. Here's the rule. If you train fewer days, you must train harder. Not sloppy, not ego lifting. Hard means controlled reps, progressive overload, near failure, full focus. No phone scrolling, no junk sets. Every set has purpose. Dope. Part 12. Progression greater than volume. If you're not progressing, you're not growing. Progression means more weight, more reps, better form, better control. You don't need more exercises, you need better execution. Part 13, recovery is a weapon. Recovery is not passive, it's active muscle building. On rest days, walk, stretch, eat more, hydrate, sleep. This is where testosterone normalizes. This is where muscles thicken. This is where strength returns. Part 14, sleep, the most underrated steroid. If you sleep less than 7 hours, stop worrying about your split. Sleep controls, hormones, recovery, fat loss, muscle gain. 6 days in the gym won't fix 5 hours of sleep. Part 15, nutrition and training days. Fewer training days equals better fueling. Instead of spreading calories thin, you can fuel workouts properly. More glycogen, better pumps, stronger lifts. Part 16, mental shift. You must detach from the idea that more suffering equals more results. Results come from smart stress, not constant stress. The strongest lifters are not the most exhausted. They are the most recovered. Part 17. Signs you're doing it right. You'll know it's working when strength increases, muscles feel fuller, pumps are stronger, motivation returns, you look better week by week. That's progress. Part 18. When you can train more. Later, when you're stronger, bigger, and more conditioned. You may increase frequency, but earn it. Don't rush the process. Part 19. Here it is. Training 6 days a week is not impressive if your body isn't changing. Real discipline is doing what works, even when it feels like less. Train smarter, recover harder, grow faster. Final message. Stop chasing exhaustion. Stop copying pros. Stop confusing effort with progress. Muscle growth rewards patience, intensity, and recovery. Fix those, and your body will finally respond. Now go train.